It is hot in here. I'll be honest, not wearing pants. Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to Brian's World, where you can be a welcome member of the finer things. So when I started this channel, I knew that I was going to center a lot around streetwear and sneakers. And I was trying to think of ways that I could get a little bit more creative and in-depth with the content that I was producing. So with a lot of self-negotiation, a lot of creative debate, I came up with a new video series. And I've decided to call the show After the Hype. Now, the general inspiration that came behind this whole show and idea was I was just kind of thinking about fashion trends and shoes in general and kind of how things come and go. After having these thoughts, I thought it'd be kind of cool to reflect back on certain trends or certain items that have gone through the trend wave. So I'm going to be talking a lot about different shoes, different items, different brands that have come and gone through trends and see where they are now. And why not start off with a bang with a shoe that started a movement a couple years back, and it also happens to be one of my favorite shoes. The Ultra Boost. Where did all the hype around the Ultra Boost come from? Where is it now? And where is it going to be standing in the near future? Let's jump right in and find out. The Adidas Ultra Boost was originally launched in January 2015, and this is the original colorway right here. And the silhouette instantly became iconic, becoming popularized by the one and only Kanye West. Again, you'll notice that Kanye himself will be a reoccurring motif and theme throughout streetwear in general. Props to you, Kanye. Sponsor me. But back to the shoe. Just by looking at the midsole, you can tell that the entire thing is made out of Boost, which was an innovative technology at the time when it came out. And besides this cage, the entire upper was made out of mesh and prime knit. But one of the great things about the Ultra Boost at the time was that it was still seen first and foremost as a performance and running shoe. But once fashion moguls got their hands on a couple pairs and started putting it out there, it was instantly becoming a fashion piece as well. So not only was the shoe great to run in, but it was also just great to have it as a lifestyle piece because of how comfortable it was. I'll still stand to this day that the Ultra Boost has to be one of the most comfortable shoes out there. Again, the first model of the Ultra Boost was launched in early 2015, and that's when the craze just took off. Now, I've been showing this specific shoe throughout the video so far, and this is actually the 1.0 version. And honestly, just by looking at it, you can tell that I've worn these a lot, and man, I should really try to get a new pair. But I'm broke, like always. But even though I've worn these almost every day throughout the past couple of years, they still hold up pretty well and they're still pretty comfortable. Now I'm gonna bring Kanye back up because he had a huge impact on how these shoes would affect the streetwear world in the later future. Now when Kanye was seen wearing the 1.0 triple white version of the Ultra Boost at the Billboard Music Awards, the shoe instantly became a cult hit. There really was no question about the Kanye effect with these shoes because you would go on eBay or StockX at that time and the resale was in the mid to high hundreds. I actually remember one day I was at Nordstrom and I was just shopping, doing a little sightseeing, you know what I'm saying? But I was in the men's athletic shoe section and I saw the OG colorway of the Ultra Boost. Now unfortunately at that time I didn't have enough money to purchase a shoe, but literally like a week later I went on eBay to just search the 1.0 Ultra Boost and the shoe was in the hundreds and I was like, Mr. Profit. And this theme of the Ultra Boost being sold out almost constantly would be a running theme for the next couple years. Now at this time it was really weird to think that a simple running shoe, given the fact that it was comfortable, could have so much resale value, especially with the fact that it was an Adidas shoe, not even a Nike one. Maybe if it was a Nike shoe, such as an Air Max or even a Flyknit trainer, it would make sense. It was so unheard of to see that an Adidas shoe was actually having resale value. But in the next coming months after Kanye was seen wearing these shoes, Adidas capitalized on this boom and started collaborating with other brands and artists to keep the hype up. Some collaborations that I can think of right off the bat are the ones with Sneakers and Stuff, Hypebeast, Soulbox, and Highsnow ID. The wave of the Boost continued to ride strong as in the next coming years more collaborations would continue to pile on, but then even using the model of the Ultra Boost for future tech with 4D and Futurecraft, that was pretty cool too. Now obviously like any other shoe, the Ultra Boost had its own modifications and upgrades over the years. They came out with a 2.0 version, which I personally don't have. But right here I do have the 3.0 triple white version and it doesn't look so white anymore, kind of dirty and stinky. The main difference between the models is the PrimeKnit design and also the cage. But besides the mainline Ultra Boost model still coming out strong, Adidas also decided to put out spin-off models such as the uncaged version. Now between the 2.0 Ultra Boost and the 3.0 Ultra Boost being released, this is when Adidas really started to just mass produce the shoe and just make them general releases. It was at this point where the shoe became really accessible and easy to find without having to pay a resale price. Which brings us to today. What is the current impression of the shoe now? Well, for me personally, I did really ride the Boost wave strong, and that's all I really wanted for the longest time. I was heavily inspired by a YouTuber named Oh It's Teddy. You can tell by my Instagram name. Don't sue me. Shout out to you, Oh It's Teddy, for being the Boost god though. He would exclusively collect Boost shoes, and that really inspired me and drove me to start my own collection of Boost. But that was a couple years ago. Fast forward to today, I still really like the shoe, but I don't have the fiery passion about it the way I once did before. Now don't get me wrong, they're still one of the most comfortable shoes out there, if not still the most comfortable shoe. But in terms of how Ultra Boost sit in the fashion industry today, they seem to have kind of fizzled out. At the same time that the Ultra Boost craze was going on, Kanye started releasing his Yeezy Boost line, and if you're gonna have any Boost shoe, it might as well have just been the Yeezys, because it's Kanye. And that really seems to be true today, where you look at fashion influencers online and they're either wearing Yeezy or bust. Now on a side note, the NMD had its own huge wave, but that's for an entire video on its own. But with the Ultra Boost losing its exclusivity status, it doesn't seem like there's any special neck-breaking factor to the shoe anymore. You're not gonna look at a guy in the street now, and if he's wearing Ultra Boost, you're not gonna think to yourself, ooh, he's a sneakerhead. So it's my final take. Well, like I said, I still really like the shoe, and with the wellness trend still running strong, it's comfort over everything for me still. Even practically speaking, I go to a college that has a huge campus and I want to be able to walk and always be comfortable. Now to answer the questions of, are these still worth it? I'll have to say that if you're looking for one shoe that's dependable, that'll last you a good amount of time and will stay comfortable for a really long time, the $180 price tag is worth it. But I've said this in another video, if you want to be frugal, you can definitely stretch your wallet a little bit more and buy several shoes over just one shoe. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like a pick your poison situation. But that will conclude today's first episode of After the Hype. Go ahead and let me hear your thoughts down below. I really want to hear your take on what you guys think about Ultra Boost now. Do you still like Ultra Boost? Do you think they're still in? Or do you think that they're on their way out? If they stop making them, how many pairs would you cop? Honestly. For me, I'd probably get like 17. Actually, I can't, because I'm broke. But again, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and actually like the video down below. And also subscribe if you haven't yet. It'll really mean a lot. Like always, I'm going to shamelessly plug my Instagram down below. And again, this is Brian's World, where you can be a welcome member of the finer things. And catch you guys next time.